Hey everyone, it's Mike from Michelson Art. I hope everyone's having a great day today. As usual, thank you guys so very much for taking the time out of your day to check in and hear me talk a little bit more about some of the art cards that I've been working on. Today we're going to be looking at card number 27 from series number 3. And if this card looks a little bit familiar to you guys, it should, because I actually did this card once before. A couple months back, I actually had a tiny bit of time where I didn't have commissions, and at the time, this card happened to be in the news, so I decided to do the 2024 Paul Skenes patch card. And, you know, in a weird moment of serendipity or coincidence or whatever you want to call it, right when I finished that card, I actually had somebody reach out and ask if I've ever done the Paul Skenes patch card. So it was a nice moment. I got to hook up with that collector and send them the card that I had just finished, not knowing that I was actually going to sell it right when I was done. But it was a really cool moment. But since then, you know, I've been working on other cards, and recently somebody who saw that card reached out and asked if I would be interested in making it again. And it's just such a unique card. It's got such a unique kind of story to it. I decided I'd give it another shot and see what came out. And why don't we take a look at what we did? All right, so this is the second attempt at a Paul Skenes patch card. Love working on this design. It is a you know, super famous card, and there's a lot that went into making this. So why don't we just dive right in and take a deeper look. All right, guys. So here is my second attempt at a Paul Skenes patch card. You know, this card was really fun to work on the first time I got to do it, and it was really fun this second time I got to do it. And I learned a lot of stuff during that first attempt that made this second attempt a lot easier. You know, I've shown it on Instagram a couple of times, but I do kind of work on, you know, scrap cards so that I can figure out things like, you know, tiny type, or gold, you know, paint, or, you know, there's a whole bunch of things that it's just better to give it a shot first on a blank card. But on this card, I had actually gone through the process before, so some of the, you know, details that were a little bit hard the first time around became a lot easier the second time around. And most notably, it was down in this lower part of the card here. His name, this microscopic text down here, and this super tiny logo. You know, all three of those things gave me a little bit of trouble on that first card, but because I had kind of figured it out, the second card made it a lot smoother, and you know, I had a lot easier time doing that. So you know, really interesting how, you know, the second card can feel a lot different than that first card when you go through the process. But ultimately, I'm just really happy with how the second one came out. I think that, you know, Paul came out awesome on both cards, but I think because I had done one patch, you know, before, this patch was a lot easier and came out a little bit, you know, more patch looking, I guess you'd say, on this second card. So you know, just a really fun card. I hope to get to do another patch card again from another player. So if there's ever, you know, a patch card that you guys are interested in, please reach out. But, you know, this was a fun one. I will say a fun story about this was the blue pen that I used to kind of make the, you know, the signature on here, the Paul Skenes signature. I actually broke it during the drawing of this card and put a giant you know, blue stain on my carpet. So that pen quickly made it into the trash, and luckily no blue ink made it from the carpet or my hand onto this card. But yeah, this blue signature led to a little bit of a carpet disaster. So that is our that's our card front, and we'll just flip this over real quick. Very similar to our last Paul Skenes card. Use the same kind of setup here for the back. And I just, you know, always love how these simple backs look. You know, they're very simply done, but, you know, I do focus a lot on making these you know, tiny letters as perfect as possible. So when you really look close, you can see a couple of little, you know, errors here and there, but I really try and get that info all written out as perfectly as I can. So that is our Paul Skenes card back. And back to the front real quick. Yeah, just really, really love this iconic card, and really had a blast getting to do this one again. All right, everyone. So that is a little bit of the story behind my second attempt at the Paul Skenes patch card, which it was a fantastic project. It was really cool that somebody wanted to reach out and get another one of these done, because it's just such an iconic card. It's really up there with some of the heavy hitters. So really fun card to work on. So thank you so much. All right, guys, that is it. You know, my Paul Skenes patch card is a great, great example of you can have any card you'd like, no matter if it's a super rare card or a card that isn't even a card in existence yet, or it's a card that lives up in your mind. So the point is, whatever card you want to work on, just reach out. I'd love to talk to you guys. You never know what comes out of these conversations when we start talking about baseball cards. So, you know, reach out. I'm here on Instagram. You can DM me here, or you can head over to my website, mikeolsonart.com, and get in touch with me there. But either way, I'd love to talk to you about a new project. So reach out. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.